Good morning, all my dear friends. Today's topic is CPU and presented by Praveen Kumar. Now, Central Processing Unit is the microprocessor, the chip, the processor, which is consist of. Now, the CPU's design is like this. It is not a very heavy device. Its height is in mm and its length is in centimeter only. Now CPU is the brain of computer where calculations and decisions are made. The main part of computer that manages storage and uses data. In simple terms, we know that it can perform all the things, all the work in the computer system. If you want deep knowledge, if you want to go through the topic, downside I have given the link, you can follow these links. Components of CPU means what is the main part of the CPU? ALU and the CU, and the register and cache. ALU, as we know, arithmetical logical unit, and control unit is the part of the CPU which will which will hold the process till that time the ALU has given. Registers are the high speed for the first level of memory. Cache is the dedicated memory to the processors. ALU, the unit that performs arithmetical and logical operations such as addition, subtraction, shifting operation, logical instructions like and or not, means all the mathematical calculations it will perform. If any decimal floating point units are there, then it is controlled by FPU, means floating point unit. Its design is somewhat like this. If we will give the input, it will give us output. 0 maybe 0, result, some result may be there, or overflow if it is uncontrolled. CU, as we have discussed already, it is used to sustain the process till that time. Now the control unit is basically circuitry inside the CPU controlling the operations inside the CPU and directing traffic. In a sense, the functions of control unit perform and can depend upon the type of CPU, since the varying degree of architecture between all the different CPUs will determine the functions of the control unit. Means whatever the time ALU will give, till that time CU, means control unit, will sustain the process. Registers are the high speed and the first level of memory. It can hold small bit of memory, like local storage space or CPU that holds data that is being processed. Registers generally occupy the topmost position in the memory hierarchy, providing high speed and the fast access. We know already that the operating systems are present in 32-bit and 64-bit variants. What is the meaning of this? The 32-bit operating system will be processed with 32-bit processor, and 64-bit operating system will be processed with the 64-bit processor. For what reason I have mentioned already. Generally measured in terms of bits to determine the amount of data they can hold. For example, the two most frequent used term 32-bit processor and 64-bit processor generally refer to the size of the register on the processor. If you want to go more inside this, you can follow the link downside, it is given. Now what is cache? Cache memory is the dedicated memory to the processor. As we have hand to eat, means to take and to put it in our mouth. For example, the same thing. The processor is having a dedicated memory which will keep the small amount of data for its personal use. Like it is present in L1 cache 64-bit, L2 256, and L3 you can see 1 MB to 8 MB. This is the circuit, this is the means line diagram of the CPU diagrams. You can see control unit, ALU and memory unit will all these will work together. We will give the input, it will be processed, and it will be output given according to our input. Few companies are there, they are the famous companies, they are making the microchips and the processors. If you want to know the list of processors, the different types, different range of processors, you can follow the link that I have mentioned. Microarchitecture defines the flow, timing constraint and precedence constraints that characterizes a given microprogrammed computer. This is the architecture through which our computer will work. Now, in this generations, we know first generation, second and third, fourth generations. Only the frequency means the data processing limit will vary. This is the socket in which the processor will be fixed in the motherboard. There are different designs of sockets to hold different designs of processors. What is thread? Threads are the sub programs of the main programs. For example, as we are playing games, in that sound is there, video is there, graphics will change, mouse control, keyboard control is there. So these are the threads, and hyperthreading is the supporting programs that will be operated by the processor to help our program. It is given downside. Multi-core, there are dual core, core to duo, octa processors are present, means that is the physical core, and the thread means logical core. They can control the heavy programs in terms of threads. They are available in market, that is called core. Dual core and quad core, as we have listened already, names we know. Now in dual core, Pentium D, Core 2 Duo and Core i3 are there. In quad core, Core 2 Duo, Core 2 Quad and Core i5 Quad core is there. Some processors are dedicated to perform some work. For example, if we are dealing with server, then server processors are there. Desktop will have a small processor, small capability processor will work nicely. Mobile and CPU means small processors are needed, not that much heavy. Server processors, these are high speed, multiple CPU, bigger cache, and examples are like Intel and AMD. These are of high performance processors. The same thing in the other hand, mobile processors will not be of the that much level of the capability. Small cache is okay, less power consumption is okay, less performance is also okay. We don't need that much level of processor. For the reference and for more, if you want to go through these topics, you can follow these links. Thank you.